The great continent of Africa is known to be home to many things, including a wide variety of languages and forms of communication. The most spoken language in all of Africa is English, with around 700 million Africans speaking English either as a primary or second language. The English language came to Africa mostly from colonization efforts by the British during the period known as the Scramble for Africa in the late 1800s. However, besides English, there are several native languages spoken in Africa, and most of these languages below are much older than the English language on the continent of Africa and overall. We have put together a list of several of the most spoken languages in Africa. Many of these languages cross geographic borders, as tribes in Africa are often not aligned with national limits. There are many more languages than this spoken in Africa, a continent with over 1.2 billion inhabitants. In fact, there are estimated to be 1,500 to 2,000 spoken languages on the continent. That sort of a list would take us a few months to collect, so you'll have to settle for the 10 most spoken languages on the continent of Africa. How many languages do you speak? You can let me know in the comments below. Number 10. Swahili. Swahili, also known by its native name as Kiswahili, is a Bantu language and the native language of the Swahili people. It is a lingua franca of the African Great Lakes region and other parts of the East and Southern Africa, including Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Kenya, as well as some parts of Malawi, Somalia, Zambia, Mozambique, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, or the DRC. Swahili serves as a national language of the DRC, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. The earliest known documents written in Swahili are letters written in Kilwa in Tanzania. In 1711, in the Arabic script that were sent to the Portuguese of Mozambique and their local allies, the original letters are preserved in the historical archives of Goa, India. Swahili holds quite an appeal for many language learners because its rich history and how widely spoken it is. Number 9. Arabic. There are 3 forms of Arabic: Modern Standard Arabic, Classical Arabic, and Colloquial Arabic. Modern Standard Arabic is the direct descendant of Classical Arabic and shares very close ties with the language of Quran. Since Arabic is a macro language, it varies to a great extent from one country to another, and some Arabs have a hard time understanding each other's dialects and accents. Following from this, Modern Standard Arabic is the only acceptable form of written communication within the Arab world. It was only in the 7th and 8th centuries when Arabic spread to the north of Africa during the Islamic conquest. It largely replaced indigenous languages in the region, such as Coptic in Egypt and Berber in Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco. These African Arabic-speaking communities are Algeria, Chad, Comoros, Djibouti, Egypt, Eritrea, Libya, Mauritania, Morocco, Somalia, Sudan, Tanzania, and Tunisia. Egypt holds the record for the largest Arabic-speaking population in Africa at around 97,553,151 speakers, followed second by Algeria at 41,318,142, Sudan at 40,533,330, then Iraq at 38,274,618, and finally Morocco at 35 million. Arabic is the second largest language spoken on the continent of Africa. Number 8. Hausa. Hausa, a Chadic language spoken by the Hausa people, the largest native ethnic group in Africa, mainly within the territories of Niger and the northern half of Nigeria, and with significant minorities in Ghana, Sudan, and Cameroon. Hausa is a member of the Afro-Asiatic language family and is the most widely spoken language within the Chadic branch of that family. Hausa is one of the few African languages that is taught in international universities due to the huge amount of literature which it possesses. Hausa is also the only Nigerian language that has foreign station broadcasts. These include the BBC, Voice of Russia, and Radio France Internationale. Number 7. Oromo. Oromo is an Afro-Asiatic language belonging to the Cushitic branch. It is native to the Ethiopian state of Oromia and spoken predominantly by the Oromo people and neighboring ethnic groups in the Horn of Africa. The Horn of Africa consists of Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, and Egypt. It is also the most widely spoken Cushitic language in Africa. With 33.8 Oromo speakers followed by 29% Amharic speakers, Oromo is the most widely spoken language in Ethiopia. Forms of Oromo are spoken as a first language by more than 35 million Oromo people in Ethiopia and by an additional 500,000 in parts of northern and eastern Kenya. Can you believe it? It is also spoken by smaller numbers of immigrants in other African countries such as South Africa, Libya, Egypt, and Sudan. Number 6. French. French is a European language that, like English, saw the light of Africa after the colonization period or the Scramble for Africa period in the late 1800s. There are 26 African states which make up the Francophone Africa. The top French-speaking countries in this continent include Gabon, Mauritius, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, and São Tomé y Príncipe. Apart from these, French is also spoken in North African countries including Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. Overall, French is spoken by over 120 million people in all of the African continent. Number 5. Yoruba. Yoruba is one of the cardinal languages of Nigeria, but also one of the 3 largest ethnic groups of Nigeria concentrated in the southwestern part of that country. Much smaller, scattered groups live in Benin and northern Togo. The Yoruba has more than 30 million speakers. Other populations speaking Yoruba as an everyday language are found in Ghana, Ivory Coast, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Number 4. Igbo.
Cha-cha-cha-cha, ndị be anyị kwenu? Ya! Kwenu? Ya! Kwezuenu?
Yo! A native language of the Igbo people and one of Nigeria's official languages, Igbo is spoken by over 24 million people, with the greater portion of speakers residing in Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea. Igbo has more than 20 dialects and descends from the Volta-Niger branch of Niger-Congo family of languages, with the Igbo people being the largest ethnic group in Africa. The Igbo language gained prominence from Chiuna Achebe, author of Things Fall Apart, and whose majority of books were written in Igbo. Number 3. Amharic. Also called Amharinya or Kuchumba, is one of the 2 main languages of Ethiopia as well as Oromo. It is spoken principally in the central highlands of the country. Amharic is an Afro-Asiatic language of the Southwest Semitic group that is related to the Ge'ez or Ethiopic, the liturgical languages of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, easy for me to say. It also has affinities with Tigrinya, and the South Arabic dialects. Although the oldest extant records in Amharic are songs and poems dating from 14th century CE, significant literature in any quantity did not begin until the 19th century. The capital city of Ethiopia is Addis Ababa, which means new flower in Amharic. Number 2. Zulu. Zulu, also known as isiZulu, is a southern Bantu language of the Nguni branch spoken in southern Africa. Zulu is the language of the Zulu people with about 12 million native speakers, who primarily inhabit the province of KwaZulu-Natal of the Republic of South Africa. Zulu is the most widely spoken home language in South Africa. It is spoken by over 24% of the population, and it is understood by over 50% of its population. It became one of South Africa's 11 official languages during the signing of the Constitution in 1994. According to Ethnologue, it is the second most widely spoken of the Bantu languages after Swahili. Like many other Bantu languages, it is written with the Latin alphabet. The Zulu, like Xhosa and other Nguni people, have lived in South Africa for a long time. The Zulu language possesses several click sounds typical of southern African languages not found in the rest of Africa. The Nguni people have coexisted with other southern tribes, like the San and the Khoi. Number 1 on our list of the top 10 languages spoken on the continent of Africa is Shona. Shona is a Bantu language of the Shona people of Zimbabwe. It is one of the most widely spoken Bantu languages in all of Africa. The larger group of historically related languages called Shona languages by linguists also includes Ndau, or Ndi-Au, which is also known as Eastern Shona, and Karanga, which is also known as Western Shona. However, speakers of those languages prefer their distinct identities and usually reject any connection to the term Shona. Shona is the most spoken language in Zimbabwe, followed by Ndebele. This brings us to the end of our list of the 10 largest languages spoken on the continent of Africa. How many languages from this list have you heard of? Do you know how to speak any of them? Or know someone who does? Well, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a like, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified when Afropage releases a new video. Don't go anywhere, we have plenty more great videos just like this one waiting for you. Here's one I think you might like. Enjoy!